Welcome, 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 all you lovers of horror, sci-fi, and fantasy. It's time yet again for another thrilling, exciting installment of, you guessed it, Fear and Fascination, Horror, Sci-Fi, and Fantasy Unleashed. Coming at you live every Saturday night from 4 p.m. Pacific time, roughly, 7 p.m. Eastern time, right here on Get Real Global TV and Get Real Global Radio, KGRL. You can watch us live on our YouTube channel, Get Real Global TV. We're also Get Real Global TV on Twitch and TikTok, and you can check out our Linktree page to see all of our social media and website links. Just type in at Jennifer DeVoe Muse. And you can check out our radio station, Get Real Global Radio, KGRL, on our radio station on Spreaker. We're also syndicated on iHeartRadio, Spotify, YouTube Music. We're on TuneIn, Amazon Music, Audible, Apple Podcasts, plus pretty much everywhere else that you can watch or listen to podcasts. We are also distributed by Sony Music Entertainment, Sony Music Publishing, The Orchard by Sony, and 50/50 Global Music Incorporated. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Jennifer DeVoe Muse. Hello to everyone watching or listening to this broadcast around the world. Now let's say hello to our lovely co-host, the sultry songstress herself, Amy Bowman.
Hey, it's Saturday. It's a great day.
I know, right? I don't know. I'm lost on the day of the week.
That's why I'm here, Jenny.
Thought I saw Shyler may have come on, but maybe not. But that's all right. We're going to bring on, hopefully her camera's on, my beautiful daughter who, there we go.
There she is. Hello.
Samantha Bailey. This time at her own apartment and not on camera with me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have to work, on Saturdays occasionally now. It's weird getting used to this new.
We make it work. We make it work.
Yeah, for now. All right. We'll see. And then eventually we won't have to work for other fucking people again. But anyway. Woo! All right, here we go. So, everybody having a good week so far?
Yeah.
I literally just talked to Amy last night on her other show. But
I was like, yeah, it was great.
Yeah. All right. Crazy. All right, here we go. All right, now we're going to bring on our featured guest. Oh, sorry. The Mac Daddy of Metal, Shyler Staver, is actually, he's been sick. So now I found out what's going on. So yeah, so I hope he feels better. He slept through the whole broadcast last night. Apparently, woke up from a coma and went, "Oh, damn." Hey, I don't care as long as he's okay. That's all that matters to me. All right, we're gonna bring on our featured guest, none other than special effects artist, director. He is an actor, a producer. I don't think there's too many things this man can't do. And his name is Joe Castro.
Woo! Hey, Joe.
Hey, everybody. Hello, Samantha. Hello, Amy.
Welcome to the show.
Hello, Jennifer. Yeah, thank you for having me on the show. Yeah,
there we go. So we're playing Rush. Wing, ding. There you go.
I'm dizzy.
Happy Saturday. I like that. Happy Saturday. Yes.
Happy Saturday. Exactly.
Happy Saturday. Yeah.
I'm so excited to have you on tonight and talk about all your newest projects, which you have been a very, very busy man, as always.
Well, thank you for having me on the show. I just want to take a moment and say thank you, all three of you, for having a show like this and giving artists like myself a platform to express ourselves. Because sometimes when we're busy in the details, we forget that there's a world around us. So I am very grateful and honored that you will take the time to talk with me and let me talk about myself a little bit.
Thank you.
Oh,
yes.
So nice.
We're very happy to have you here. Yes. I'm excited. I'm so excited. So I know you've been working on a bunch of awesome stuff. So I guess let's start with, I know you've been doing Terror Tunes 4. I know you were doing that, and you've already completed all that. And
Yeah, Terratoons 4 was released back in August of last year, and
Okay, gotcha.
we the movie has been out on the market. You can currently watch it for free on Tubi TV.
Oh, nice.
Part
Oh.
4, and if you wonder what's Terratoons, is that like animated? What is that? Well, Terratoons is both live action and animation. It's a feature film, and it's about the devil makes these cartoon characters that come out through the TV and into the real world to harm children
crazy.
and people. And when they kill
Oh.
you, these cartoon characters are evil. They kill you. They kill you with cartoon weapons, but you die for real.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
wow.
crazy.
So if you've never seen anything like if you've never seen Terratoons, you've never seen anything like Terratoons. It's kind of like its own like sub genre, its own weird kind of little cult genre. And
Wow.
my husband Steven Escobar and I have been we own the franchise. We created the franchise back in
Oh, that's
2000.
awesome.
So now we're on part 4, and the fans
That's
love it.
great.
Yeah. So
Wow.
put it on and watch the first 5 minutes, and if it doesn't entice you, turn it off. But I bet you will have you hooked in the first 5 minutes.
I gotta go.
I love anything twisted.
You'll be watching. You know how like what's that? Pixar at the beginning of a Pixar movie, they have like a short little like 5-minute film to kind of get the audience revved up. It's like a little short cartoon. We have one of those. We have one of those at the beginning of our movie as well.
Oh, that's crazy.
Kind of get you into like
okay.
the Terratoon spirit before you get into all the crazy stuff of the movie.
I love it.
Nice.
Yes.
That is great. Heck yeah.
And then if you want to watch the first 3 Terratoons, or you want to buy the whole collection, you can go to www.terratoons.tv, and you can buy. We just released the quadrilogy, which is all 4 feature films in one collection. And,
wow.
Yeah, so it's a very nice collector's edition quadrilogy box set.
Oh, that's great.
Nice.
Mom,
I
I
like
know what
that.
we're doing. I know what we're doing tomorrow, Mom.
It's mommy and daughter day, and we'll be doing apparently a marathon of Terratoons. So I'm down. I'm down. Yeah.
Excellent. Like I said once again, if you don't like the strange and unusual, this is probably not a film for you.
We love it.
Okay.
Yeah, we're very strange and unusual people, so it's right up our alley.
I was at a horror convention a year ago, and this young kid and his friend were at the convention. It was more like a haunted house convention, but there were horror people there. And he came over to the table. And he's like, "We want to watch a really weird movie, and we're looking for something really weird." And my husband literally just walked in to the convention, and he was carrying like some Blu-rays he had just burned, and one of them was Terratoons 3, which is the weirdest of all 4. I'm like, no one's ever bought a copy of this on Blu-ray. Here's the first one. Do you want to try it? He's like, yes. It's like,
that's so
strange.
cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm into stuff like Blood Diner with Carl Crew.
Oh, you're gonna love it then. Yeah, Jackie Kong was one of my biggest mentors, and Jackie, the woman that directed Blood Diner. In fact,
yes.
And I've had the honor and the privilege to have Jackie become one of my best friends over the years.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And she doesn't realize that I'm her number 1 fan. I tell her that too. I'm like, I'm your number 1 fan. You just don't realize it yet. And there was actually like her first feature film that she directed Blood Diner. I think it's probably her biggest hit, but she also directed this movie called The Being. And when I was 13 years old, I rented that movie from Amazon, from Albertsons. Albertsons used to have like a little video store in the store.
Oh yeah.
And when I got it on VHS and I watched it, and I was so inspired by this movie. I think it's because, for 2 reasons. One, it totally delivers. Like, you want to see a movie about a monster and she delivers it. But it's also because it's a female director, and female directors have this really cool way of like looking at the classic storyline, but from a totally different perspective that hasn't been told over and over and over again. Where you know, and so I that year, I think I saw it in the summer, and that year for Halloween, I had a Halloween party, and I made everybody sit down and watch The Being. So my Halloween party was all like, the whole theme of the Halloween party was for her movie, The Being.
Oh, that's great.
Cool.
I had that story to tell her the first time I met her, and I'm like, I don't think I'm crazy, but I'm kind of your number 1 fan. So she knows it too. I love her.
I'm into all that weird stuff.
Yeah.
I'm into weird stuff. Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I like the Evil Bong movies with Tong and like all that the weirdest. I like the weirdest shit ever. I swear to God.
Have you ever seen this movie called? This movie was first made back in like I don't know 1918 or something. It was called The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Have you heard of that film?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, in 1990 or 1989, they made a sequel to it in color with sound, and it's just called Dr. Caligari. And if you've never seen it,
I gotta go check that out.
You gotta find it and see it. It's one of my all-time favorite cult movies. It's just called Dr. Caligari, and what it is it's Dr. Caligari's daughter who's continued on with his legacy of weird experiments. So it's a female villainess, and it's all done in bright colors. It's beautifully done. Yeah,
that is awesome.
Dr. Caligari. Yeah.
Yes, that's awesome. All right, so I know you guys have been working on filming for Clown Motel 3 for Joseph Kelly.
Yes.
So have you guys finally wrapped up filming yet, or?
Well, we've done the first. There's like 3 phases of this film.
Okay.
And I've been honored to come on as one of the executive producers, and I'm the director of special effects for the film. So Joseph's really delegated authority to me to produce whatever I can imagine, which is amazing, an amazing place to be, right? You trust me that much. And of course I follow the script as closely as possible. But sometimes, like for instance, we recently were out in the desert for 13 days. And, I told Joseph, I said, Joseph, I'm going to pack everything I have in the car. I'm going to have, 2 male arms, 2 male legs, a male torso, a female torso, guts, hearts, severed heads. I'm going to have some silicone. I'm going to have some slime. I'm bringing 10 gallons of blood. I'm bringing this. And then we're going to we're just going to make stuff. We're going to create things, we're going to create stuff, and some of the actors brought knives and breakaway bottles and, these weird things and this and that. And can we kill with this? Can we do with this?
I saw Josie Cat with blood.
Yeah. I'm just like, well, let's see what we can do. I mean, at one point there was a scene where someone had to eat a bug. And I'm like, we're not going to eat a real bug. And I'm like, I went outside and I found all these little, I'm still the kid. I'm still like a little kid from 4 years old. I found like an acorn, and I found these little leaves that look like wings. And you know how when pine cones fall from the tree, if you look at the front of a pine cone, it looks like the abdomen of a bug. It looks like the thorax of a bug. And I picked that off and I glued it all together and made a little bug that someone could put in their mouth. We just went all out. We just complete creative clown fest. In the middle of the desert.
Awesome.
Everybody's covered in clown makeup. I get to be in the film. My clown's called Jack's in the Box. I come out of a Jack in the Box.
Nice.
That's fun.
So yeah. There were no showers though. Everybody had to be covered in blood. No, I'm kidding. There were showers. But you'd be surprised. Everybody. They just couldn't wait to die. And I feel so grateful that people will trust me, and they trust me to put the special blood in their eyes or in their mouth or be covered in blood, or I'm like, hey, I'm going to glue this piece of metal to your face. Are you okay? You comfortable? This kind of thing. And they trust me, and
that's awesome.
Knock on wood. I've never hurt anybody, and I don't plan on it. And
that's good.
The actor's safety is my number one priority, but we do get pretty creative and do some weird stuff.
That's awesome. And then, so I heard there was Al Burke was reprising his role as Punchy the Clown.
Al was there on set. I love that man.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's the shit. I love him.
It's so cool to see someone like Al or someone like Josie or someone like myself. When you put on clown makeup, and you're all dressed up like a clown, you get to just be free.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
You're kind of in disguise and you get to act kind of kooky and just be playful and just be yourself. So I think Joseph Kelly, our director, and Dave Bailey, our co-producer, and he's one of the creative forces in the film, really have been able to ensemble not only a creative group of people, but an environment where people can really be truly original and unique and free,
Oh, that's
and
great.
Yeah.
and it's going to show on camera. It's really going to show.
That's
Lots
great.
of amazing women and men on set. Lots of amazing talent, and I can't wait for to see it. So yeah, so to answer your first question, we've gone through the first stretch of it, and now there's going to be another stretch of it. And if you'd like to be a part of Clown Motel 3, there's still time to get involved. You can reach out to Joseph Kelly or Dave Bailey, and I know we're shooting more of the film in Lancaster, California, in November. There's still time for you to be a clown in the movie. Come be on set, get some blood poured on you, and but reach out to them and see how you can make that happen. I'm sure there's still campaign perks going, and there's things going on, and
Amy's
and,
thinking.
and stuff, all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff, So yeah, we'd love to have you there.
Want to be a clown, Amy?
Die on
No, I just want the blood poured on me. That's all.
I know, right?
Can we do that?
That's going to be covered in fake blood.
Come die
Right?
on camera.
Bathe in
That's all I want.
I mean, I
Yeah.
have, so why not?
Yeah.
There's a lot more. Yeah, there's a lot more things than blood. There's all kinds of cool stuff we poured on people. You'll see in the film. I have all kinds of different concoctions and stuff. So can't wait for.
Oh, I'm excited! I can't wait to see that one. So that's going to be great. Oh yeah, never a dull moment.
No.
Yeah, no. I mean, we're doing this for entertainment purposes only. We want to have fun. We want it to be entertaining, and we want to also try to do something that's truly unique. There used to be a time in filmmaking. Do you remember, Jennifer, back in like the 70s and 80s, when it was important for a movie to be really original and unique, and it was very secretive. Everything was very secretive until the movie was released. There wouldn't be like all these pictures online first and this and that and the other. Everything was always very secretive because everybody was always trying to make something truly unique. And nowadays, I know a lot of people post a lot of pictures online, and the story is also very important. But that's also one of my goals is to try to do something that's never been done before. I mean, that's all we want to see, right? We want to see something new, something different. So
yeah,
right.
That's
Exactly.
great. Oh, that's amazing. So I know you've been working on a few other projects. Okay, so tell me about so what's going on with Pool Party Massacre 2?
Pool Party Massacre 2. That is the sequel to the smash hit cult follow-up Pool Party Massacre. I know that Drew Marvick made this film.
I love that movie.
Back in I think he made it in like I want to say 2015 or 2016.
Yeah,
I think he made the whole movie for a very, very small amount of money, but it looked amazing and it totally delivered. It had plenty of great kills, had a great cast, and so now he made Pool Party Massacre 2, and what he did was he hired a whole bunch of super industry professionals to come in and help him shoot the film. I created all the special effects for the film, and he has this amazing all-star cast of like social media talent with big name talent in the film, and he's very excited to show everybody that. I think they released very, very few pictures online of anything. He wants to keep it a secret, but yeah,
right.
So
so has that one already released yet, or no?
No. They still have a little ways to go, but they brought in a whole bunch of really great people to put it together. It's going to look like $1 million, and one of the I'll just put this out there. One of the things that got me the part was I said, Drew, if you hire me to do this, you won't have to worry about any of the blood, because he'd already had so much to worry about. He's like, okay, you're in, he doesn't have to worry about any of them. So then with that being said, every single death had to be a home run. There couldn't be no weak deaths on set. And that was a challenge. So every day I was just like, we worked nonstop for 11 days shooting this thing. And each day was a death, and each day was focus, and make sure this death was a home run. We wanted each one to be amazing. And that was why I was brought in. So I can't wait for everybody to see it.
Oh, that's gonna be great! I'm very excited for that one.
Sounds good.
I love the first one, so you know what I mean.
Well, he totally outdoes himself with this one for sure. Yeah, it's like a guilty pleasure, like a giant box of chocolates.
Right. Well, that's you guys go ahead. Keep asking questions. I gotta deal with something for half a second. I'm putting myself on mute. You guys go for it. Your co-host.
So how long have you actually been doing all the makeup artist and the blood and all of that?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, I made basically I made my first rubber mask when I was 12 years old. All right. Now I got paid for my first gig, I believe, when I was 15 years old. But
Wow.
I had always wanted to do monsters and special effects when I was probably about 7 years old when I saw Godzilla versus the Smog Monster for the first time. And my
Yeah.
my 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 father was my biggest inspiration. My husband's like, don't tell that story about your father again. That's boring. No, no. Truth be told, I grew up in South Texas in a very challenging time in the '70s as a young gay male, and
Hmm.
my mother was she just was not interested in having a gay son. And my father saw very early on that I had something that the rest of the family did not have. I had talent. I had an actual talent. And I remember when I was 5 years old, my dad was like, I came home from school, elementary school, and I had painted this picture of a clown. We all in class, everybody had to do a clown, right? And I
Right.
remember I painted this picture of a clown and I brought it home. And my father looked at it and he said, literally, I can like it was yesterday. Lift me up just like this, looked at me in the face and said, this is good, you know.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
and then my dad then pursued to do everything he could to point me in the right direction, you know.
Oh,
And
wow.
despite all the challenges I faced around me, I had an older brother that was very jealous of me and used to torment me. And
Aw.
I had a very brutal upbringing. I won't go into detail. I have on other shows, very brutal upbringing. And I just I was something has always guided me and put me where I needed to be. And I found another family member who was really interested in horror films, and his name was Eddie Perez, and he had a twin brother named Ernest Perez. I was 11; they were 33, and they used to take me to all the. I don't. Do you remember Amy back in like the like late '70s and early '80s? How movies were unrated or
Yes.
non-rated? Yeah, and the
Yes.
horror movies were like they were basically rated X, but it was just called it had a U or an N. And
Yep.
so my cousins used to take me to the movies to see these unrated horror films. I was like 11, 12, 13 years old, and
Yeah.
um, they knew that I needed guidance because I didn't have it at home when it came to this sort of thing to be encouraged. And they did. They inspired me and they nurtured me and they encouraged me to be the man I am today. So I don't know
That's
where.
wonderful.
Yeah, it was a what do you call it? It was a learning adventure of who I needed to be and where I needed to be. I think that's that way with everybody, though, right? When it
Yeah.
comes to
Yeah.
what they want to do and their dreams and stuff. But yeah,
Right.
I would think I was like 15 when I got paid for my first gig, and
Oh,
but it was a slow nurturing education as I go from one mentor to the next. Tom Savani was also one of these mentors. And,
yeah. Tell us about Tom.
well, I mean, I've only met him in person once, but when I was 12 years old, used to be able to do this thing. I don't know if you remember. You could call 411. You remember
Yes,
411?
I do.
You call 411 was where
Mhm.
you could call the operator, and if the person that you were trying to reach was listed in the white pages of the phone book of their city, they would give you their phone number. So I call 411 and I say, I'd like the number to Mr. Tom Savani in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And they would look it up and they would, here's, please hold for the number. And then they gave me Tom Savani's home phone number. And
Oh, you
then,
did not. That's cool. Oh my
and
gosh.
yeah, so then I would call and I say, "May I speak to Tom Savani?" And he'd say, "This is Tom." And I'd say, "Hi, this is Joe." I was Joey Castro at the time. This is Joey Castro, and I live in Helotes, Texas. And I love your work. And may I talk with you a little bit about how you make your blood? And he would tell me. And he would just tell me over
Wow.
the phone. He would sit and chat with me, and he was a very kind man. And
Oh,
I will never forget that.
That's
that's
great.
cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's great.
Now,
And
did you ever go into like any classes and like to try to learn a little bit more on how to make, clown faces or whatever.
Yeah.
you learn?
So, it's funny that you say that. Two things. One, I didn't paint any of the clown faces on the Clown Motel 3 set. We had a very, very talented young lady. Her name is Marsha Miller, and her and another girl, a very talented woman named Mary Kate. She, Mary, right? Mary, what's her name? Hold on a second. Now I'm going to make sure I didn't get that wrong. She's right at the top of my page. Her name is Mary Kate. Yes. Mary Kate. That's her name, her professional name. And Mary and Marsha painted all the clown faces. But because I can't paint a straight line if you ask me to. That's why.
That's too funny.
Don't ask me to paint a straight line. So
I wasn't gonna go into it, but okay.
Like literally, I did my own makeup, and it was just painting it white, and then I had two lines right here on my face, and I took like a stir stick from like the coffee pot,
to
like
line
a
it
coffee
up.
cup, and I dipped that in the black paint, and I went on my eye, and then
That's hilarious.
because I was like, do not ask me to draw a straight line. I know how to make gory, drippy, gross stuff, but to answer your question, did I take classes or did I take classes? I came into the field in like literally moved to Los Angeles in 1989. But before that, there was a whole group of us that were all learning ourselves. All this group of young people that were trying to learn special effects. And I don't know if you don't know if you remember, but we used to have this thing, and we call it snail mail now, right? And I would literally write letters to other people that wanted to be special effects artists, and we'd mail each other pictures of our work and talk about how we made it, how we made it, and and we found each other because there was a magazine called Cinemagic, and if you subscribe, and Fangoria, and if you subscribe to the magazine, Fangoria, they would give you three little lines in the back of the magazine a year where you could put your name, your phone number, and maybe like a little sentence. And I'd be like, hi, my name is Joey Castro. I want to be a professional special effects artist. Please call me if you'd like to talk. And this is how we found each other back in the day.
That's amazing.
That is crazy.
And then we get each other's addresses on the phone, and then we became pen pals. And when I moved out to Los Angeles in 1989, I moved out here because a friend of mine who I was pen pals with started a special effects company with another friend of his that he met as a pen pal from New York. And they're like, hey, Joe, come out. We got a movie that we're going to do special effects for. If you come out here on this date, we'll put you to work. So myself and another friend of mine drove out to Los Angeles with our two twin beds in the back of a U-Haul, a little dresser, all of our clothes, and enough money to pay for first and last month's rent. And we drove out to Los Angeles, and we drove up, to my friend's apartment complex because he didn't have money to have a house. And we went and knocked on his door, and we're like, hey, we're here. We're ready to start working. And he opens the door, and he's like, hey, how's it going? The job fell through. We don't have any work.
Oh,
that was my intro. Welcome to Hollywood, baby. Anyway,
that's about right.
That's how it started. That was literally my first day in Los Angeles, and I knew immediately that we were not going to give up. My friend, who is Chris Olivier, who actually went on to be a very well-known visual effects artist, and he's still my friend today. And I went and we found an apartment. He went and got a job, I think at Michael's in the meantime, working in the framing department because he was working at Michael's in San Antonio, where we came from. I went and got a job at Universal Studios in the theme park. But we did eventually meet up with this group of friends, and we all learned from each other what we could, and some of us went off to work for other shops. And then brought the information they learned back, and we were all learning from each other. Yeah. But to really answer your question, do I take classes? That's a good question. I started taking classes about 4 years ago, and what I did was I found a mentor of one of my mentors. His name is Rob Berman, who runs he runs year-long classes. And Rob's father has been in the industry his grandfather was in this industry.
Oh, damn.
Their whole family's been in the industry for many, many decades, and they've actually probably worked on all the movies you love. The Beast Within, Cat People, Ghostbusters, the Goonies, Batman Returns. I could just go on and on. Anyways,
it's amazing.
So Rob Berman taught me. It's so funny because I went to take a class to learn how to make encapsulated silicone prosthetics, but what I really learned was how to learn. He taught me how to listen. He taught me how to teach myself, which is even more valuable, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I mean, just watching him just like interact with people and like be busy around the shop. I was learning stuff where he wasn't even trying to teach. He just has so much knowledge. Like taking his class is so much more than just learning the one thing he's trying to teach you. And and I will forever be grateful for that man. And then of course he introduced me to another man. His name is Brian Wade, who is a very, very well-known, famous sculptor and special effects artist in the industry. And at the beginning of the pandemic, when everything shut down and no one had any work, I reached out to Brian and asked Brian if he would show me some sculpting skills. So I went and took a class with Brian. It was a one-on-one. That man literally, I mean, I get emotional just thinking about it. Shaped me to be the man, the sculptor and the artist I am today, in just like 16 hours of watching him and being there with him and just talking with him. You know, you learn so much.
That's great.
Then when someone's worked in the industry for decades and you go to like watch them work, it's just like someone's pouring information in front of you. It's like, how much can you retain as they're working, you know?
Amazing.
Yeah.
So
that's amazing.
Yeah. And Don Lanning is also a man who was working in the industry for many years. I took his sculpting class as well. And he also is a man who's taught me how to teach myself. It's not so much how to do something, but how to look at doing something. Right. Which is something that kind of goes over for certain people's heads.
Right. Yeah.
So
very true.
Thank you for asking me that. Those men need to be acknowledged, and I always take the time to acknowledge men like that. Yeah.
That's great. That's good.
It's beautiful.
That's what you want to do. You know, we all had to learn from somewhere or from someone. Or you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, good and the bad. You learn from all of it.
I know. Everybody, but it's everybody is in
Hollywood.
Everybody's a great example. They're either example of what to do or example of what not to do.
What not to do.
Yeah.
Very true.
Like, don't wear sneakers on the red carpet. I'm just kidding.
Don't wear blue jeans.
That's a me thing. That's a me thing.
I've learned never to wear blue jeans on a red carpet. I just find it very impersonal. Some people can, but for me I don't do it anymore. I used to, and even if I had a nice shirt on, I'm like, I look at the picture, I'm like, but you're wearing blue jeans. It's like,
no, like, remember, like every time I would come down there to do the red carpet with you guys, I'm wearing a really nice gown, but then you look down and I'm wearing fucking sneakers. Yeah. So I mean,
don't wear sneakers. Yeah.
My feet hurt. It's hard to walk around in damp Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
Especially how far that damn bar was from where the TCL Chinese theaters was.
Oh yeah, I was waiting.
Coming Billowing all the way down. Yeah. Like, damn, are we there yet?
You should have told me. I would have taken you. I would have taken you along.
I didn't realize it was that freaking far the first time. I was like,
oh, no kidding.
The second time I made JJ drive us down and park closer there, but the first time I was like, damn it.
It gets spooky on that end at night too, doesn't it? Get a little spooky down there on that end at night. Yeah, it gets a little spooky over there.
Just a tad. Down by it's close because it's down by Cahuenga. It's by like Hollywood and Cahuenga, basically. It's right down by there. So that whole Vine and Cahuenga and Ivar freaking area is it's just nuts. It's got like more everything that you don't want to see.
Yeah.
I always say Hollywood Boulevard. Hollywood Boulevard is like a movie set. If you go up and touch the background, you find out it's kind of like plastic, and then you can kind of peel it. It's like, oh, it's not really real behind there.
It's not
Everything's
really,
kind of like a facade. It looks kind of pretty. Then you get up closer, you're like, oh, it smells here. Oh, this is not right.
Yeah.
This is the Hollywood. Yeah, it's not at all.
Samantha and I used to get annoyed when we'd be walking down Hollywood Boulevard during the day, and there's so many freaking tourists, and we'd be like, fucking tourists.
Oh, yeah.
Roll eyes, and then just try to push around them because they want to stop every half a second to freaking look at something. And it's like, I live here. Get out of the way. Damn. It's like here in Maine, damn tourists. Why is it like everywhere I live, it's a tourist area?
I live in a tourist area too. I don't know why.
Well, what tourist
no,
area do you
it's
live
like everywhere I move, everywhere I live, it's a fucking tourist area.
in?
Yeah.
I swear to God.
Maine's a beautiful state. Of course, people are.
It is a gorgeous state. It's just goddamn all year long too, because everyone wants to go skiing in the winter even.
Well, yeah,
so it's like,
well, I'm sure. Yeah, the weather's probably there, beautiful in the middle of the heat over here, right? Is it cooler up there?
way cooler. Yeah.
There you go.
I miss California weather. That's all I'm gonna say.
There are. I'll be honest with you. There are nights I'm like, damn, I'm so happy I live here. The weather
That's
is
what I'm
just
saying. You
so
do not
beautiful.
want Maine
Oh,
winters fucking suck.
So
I'm just gonna
beautiful.
say.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so I know. Okay, Mutilator 2. What's going on with that one?
Mutilator 2. Mutilator 2. The movie has not been released yet.
Okay, got you.
We shot it almost 3 years ago, I think. 3 years ago.
Okay.
Wow. It's been done
It
for
still
a while.
hasn't been released.
Mm-mm.
What's holding it up?
I don't know.
Okay, we can't talk about these things. Okay.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, like no answer is also an answer.
Oh,
You
okay.
know what I'm saying? Like, what is holding it up?
I got you.
They're making lots of festival rounds with it right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this. I took my husband to see the premiere of it. It was shown at a drive-in in Las Vegas. My husband flew us to a really nice hotel. We stayed at the Vidara Hotel, brand new hotel on the Strip, and we all got all dolled up and went out there to meet the cast and crew. And when I arrived, let me preface this by saying I worked on the movie for approximately 6 to 8 months before the movie was shot, just working closely with the director. I created all the special effects for the film. They flew people to my studio in Los Angeles, and I worked putting the whole film together. And when I got to the premiere, they had a table with everybody from the cast and crew signing autographs, but they never asked me to sign the autographs.
Really?
Yeah. And then I was like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. You're going to go see you think you're going to go see the Mutilator 2 because of this phenomenal performance from, I don't know. Anyways, I'm just saying Mutilator 2, right?
Yeah.
Twice the blood, twice the gore. Anyways.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
then after that, we weren't asked to sign any autograph. That's fine. It doesn't bother me. But then they were handing out free posters of the movie to everybody. They didn't give me one. So then I asked, and they're kind of like, okay. And then everybody was autographing everyone's poster, and so they were autographing everybody's poster, and people asked me to autograph their poster. And so when the producer came around to autograph my poster, he autographed it and put like to so and so somebody else's name on it, and ruined my poster.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How did you not even remember the person's name who did your dance?
And then he was like this. Oh, I'm so sorry, mister. I'll just kind of scratch it. I'll put your name right there. Okay, so whatever. You want to be whatever. You want to be a whatever.
Give me a new fucking poster.
So then my husband, I go over to introduce my husband to the producer and the director.
Yeah.
And I thought, all this is, we're going to be professional here, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I walked my husband over to me, and they look at him up and down. And then they said, I think I was talking to the cinematographer, and just walked away. Didn't say hello to me. Didn't say hello to my husband. Nothing. I don't know what's going on.
That's ignorant.
Just straight up. Just
disrespectful, rude.
Disrespectful. Just straight up screwed up. And
Do they
then
support an orange man by any chance?
and then
alone.
I went to watch the premiere with everybody on the big screen. My husband has an Emmy award-winning editor.
Yes. Yes.
He has editing for the Amazing Race. He has, and now he has his Big Brother, and he's done The Apprentice.
Which
He's
is
done
awesome.
all the big shows.
What's up with that damn robot on Big Brother? Anyway, we're leaving that alone. Leave him the fuck alone.
And anyway, so we're watching the movie, and first of all, some of the special effects I made for the film were like the best things I've ever created. Now, when I got to set, you know, they didn't really listen to any direction I was giving them about how to photograph it or how to light it or how to shoot it or anything. They had their own ideas, and I was there to be of service and help them do whatever it is they wanted, because they were very, very critical about receiving any sort of feedback. So anything you see on camera is solely from the producing team and from the director. You can't blame anybody. You can't blame anybody else for it. They got exactly what they asked. That's
their fucking problem.
Exactly what they asked for. And so when we watch the movie and we're watching it, we're thinking, wow, this is strange. Like, there's no blood in this film. What's going on? They literally trimmed all the effects down to just like 2 frames here, half a second here. I'm like, wait, this is the Mutilator 2. It should be twice the blood. So we were watching it, and then we also noticed there's no sound effects in this movie. Like, there's no, you know, like when someone dies, you hear it.
What? Yes. Where's yes?
There's no sound effects.
It's not a horror movie without sound effects.
So then I did a little research, and I found out the guy that edited the movie has never edited a movie before.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
It was his first time editing a film. Anyways.
What? They cut out all the good parts?
Yeah, I made this fake head that was so realistic. It was like hanging in front of camera. You couldn't even tell it wasn't the actress, right? There's a scene in the film, and I won't give it away, but the fake head is there, and just looking at it on camera, you could not tell it wasn't the actress. It's hanging from a rope. And they literally cut it down to just like frames. Like the guy had no idea what he was doing. He did not know how to edit. He did not know how to edit gore. Now, I have started a campaign, and I hope that my interview with you is also going to be a part of the campaign to get these distributors or get these producers and this director to go back and prove me wrong and cut back in all the gore.
Yeah.
See, they're going to see this interview, and they're going to hear this, and they're going to know that my husband, who is an Emmy award-winning editor, watched the premiere and thought, wow, these people had no idea what they were doing when they cut it. My husband's edited 19 horror films, all with blood and gore and deaths. So he knows how to do this stuff.
Oh, he's got experience.
Why didn't they hire him?
Well,
conflict of interest.
Well, once again, like I said, there's going to be more drama that's going to come out later on that I'll review.
Okay, got you.
I've kept it really professional here.
I got you.
More drama is going to go on, but I'm hoping that they go back, they do a new cut of the film, and they go back and they put in like the entire shot of this girl I'm talking about hanging from the rope with her neck, because you could literally just cut to that fake head, just like sitting there right before the death happens, and then play the whole thing out. It looks so realistic. Anyways, there's that kind of stuff. There's all kinds of stuff. Let's see if they do it. Let's see if they go back and they cut it right. Because after the screening at the premiere, it was at a drive-in. Everybody ran to the bathroom, right? So I just went into the bathroom to see if I would hear what anybody would say. And I heard them say things like, this is what they said. They said, "What the hell was that?" And I heard them say things like, "Isn't this the Mutilator 2? Shouldn't it be twice the blood?" And then I heard somebody say, and this is kind of sad, this movie should never have been made.
Oh.
They were so disappointed.
Oh my God, Carl Crew was watching.
Oh, good.
He says Castro is the coolest.
Tell him I said hello. But anyways, I know that we shot some great stuff on set, and I hope that they can go back and cut it in, or maybe have someone that is like non-biased.
Right.
Like you know how you give your film to a non-biased person, and they can look at it from a fresh point of view, and they can really cut it and put it together correctly. But the edit that I saw was not good. It was not up to par, and I'm hoping they can go back and clean it up. And of course, I have video and pictures of all of my work that I will post in all the beautiful, gory details, so everybody can see everything, even though they trim it, and they may or may not have trimmed it down to just minuscule seconds and whatnot.
Right.
But, and then you can have me on when the movie does come back out, because I have a whole bunch more drama to tell. But everything that I've told you tonight and today is completely true. It happened just as I described it, and I hope that the movie does get its just due release with a complete uncut version with all the gore intact. And I want to give a shout out to all my friends that were on set and all the talented actors and actresses that I did work with. All of your performances are there, and you were amazing, and I love you. And I hope we get a true Mutilator too. That's it.
Yes, that would be great.
Yes.
That would be awesome.
That would be good.
Yes.
You heard it here first.
Right?
We got the scoop.
This is the first one. I haven't said anything to anybody on any show. This is it first.
Hell yeah.
We
Worldwide
appreciate
exclusive.
Yes.
It's like everybody always wants to release all their new stuff on with me. I don't know what it is. I've had so many worldwide exclusives over the decades.
It's because they trust you.
They just want to tell me everything. I'm okay with that. Good. Oh, hold your secrets or something. Well, even though we're aired live, so I'm sure everybody can heard about this one.
Everything great happened. So
all right. All right. So let's talk about. Okay. So I see. What's this about? Unspeakable Beyond the Wall of Sleep.
Yeah. Can you show the trailer? Can we show the trailer right now?
Yes. Let's do the trailer. Hold that thought.
This will be a good time for me to sign off while you're getting into the trailer.
Bye,
so you guys have a good night.
All right.
Good night. On our show. I appreciate you, and
thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Much. Yep.
Let me know how the concert goes.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
All right. Bye. Love you.
Bye.
I'll kick her out. All right, hold on. I'm going to put you in the waiting area, and I'm going to go play it. I already have it pulled up and ready to go. So
okay.
Give me 1 second. Hold that thought. All right, let's see. Share the screen. And where okay, and we're gonna say
somewhere in the dark of infinite space, there is a form of life that man has reason to fear. It is as old as the universe. It is real. It is evil. And now, it is here. After fear, beyond terror, there is...
The flesh samples, they're consistent.
So, what are you getting at?
We have a creature that identifies with nothing known on Earth.
Once they have felt the terror of the dark, there is only one way on Earth they will ever see the dawn. Are you prepared for the terror? Not all alien encounters will be friendly.
What do you think? and you know it didn't it didn't play an actual, like, it was a little, so go back and watch it again and really take it in. That's
I'm
like
gonna have
sure.
to.
the film is like
I'm not even
bonkers.
sure what I watched.
The film
That
is
a
so
weird thing for a penis. I don't know what's going on there.
That was the
The
first thing I
tits and stuff, the fucking just like all the crazy shit going on. I recognize some of the actors. I mean, I saw you in there, obviously, but I saw some other people too that I recognized.
Eddie Furlong is in it. Edward
Yes, I
Furlong.
saw that. I thought that was him. Oh
Yeah,
my
Eddie's in it.
god, dude, Edward Furlong from fucking Terminator 2. Oh my
And,
god.
and Bai Ling's in it too. You know Bai Ling?
Wow. Yes, I saw Bai Ling. I
Bai Ling's
thought
in
that
it.
was her. Okay,
Yeah.
fuck yes. I love her.
Yeah.
I've always loved her as an actress.
But like Robert Miano and Susan Priva, they were the two main leads. Robert plays one of the villains. That was that villain, that nude villain, and then a guy named Corey Love also played his alter ego in it. He's really good in it. And, there's a lot of great performances in it. Margie Bergenholtz is in it from the original Evil Ed back in the 80s. And,
oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. That was a great one. I love that.
All my friends are in the film. Sylvia Spross, and there's just a whole bunch of great people in it. I know I'm going to miss somebody. Yeah,
I recognize a few people, like even like the more the supporting characters. Like I recognize some of the other actors from like other movies and stuff. So, yeah,
Suzanne Sumner Ferry is one of the producers, and she's also in the film. Oh, I know who's in it. Steve, what's his name? Oh, from Life Force. I forget his name. Oh gosh. Oh, who's the lead actor in that? I know. Anyways, yeah, there's so many great people in the film. So, but
that was some crazy shit we were watching.
That's a Chad Farron film, and he produced it. And we have great casting from Jeff Olin. Jeff Olin casts all of Chad's films. Excuse me, with him. And Jeff Olin's a famous Hollywood casting agent. If you reach out to him and talk with him, I mean, that guy knows everybody, and he's done everything. He worked on Pulp Fiction, and he worked on that new film that just won an Emmy Maxine. He just did Maxine. He just the new horror film that came out, and he won the Emmy for the Weird Al Yankovic story. What was it? Remember?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Weird Al Yankovic film, and
I love him.
He's a great talent. So I've been really, really blessed over the past, about 7-8 years to really put aside everything that happened before that. I don't know. We briefly touched on Face Off a little bit, but Face Off was a television show that was kind of like a turning point in my career. I went on that show with like 30 years experience, but they weren't really interested in experience. I won't go into detail, but
I know. I said you were. Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of was forced to reinvent myself after that show, and it was for the best. It was amazing. I mean, I'm glad to have everything. Sometimes things happen for us, not to us. And this is something that happened for me, but I didn't realize it until many years later. That it was a blessing. It wasn't a horrible thing. It was a blessing in disguise.
Right.
And so here we are. Here we are. But I love that movie, Unspeakable Beyond the Wall. It's probably. I can't say it's my favorite because I work with a lot of amazing directors, but it's probably the most entertaining film I've ever worked on. It's just pure entertainment from beginning to end. I want to see something cool, weird, and the funny part is it all makes sense. Like you think, how's this going to make sense? Like if you watch it, the whole thing makes sense. The director's great at telling stories, so
I'm gonna have to go watch the whole thing from beginning to end for that one.
Unspeakable Beyond the Wall of Sleep. Yeah.
Okay, and that one's actually been released?
No, it's coming out. It's coming out right now. It says Film Festival. The one that's out right now is the old ones.
Okay. I was about to touch on that here in a second. Exactly.
You got the deep ones, the old ones, and Unspeakable Beyond the Wall of Sleep. They're all three of those films are based on H.P. Lovecraft stories, and they're all written and produced by the same director. But I think I think Unspeakable is his masterpiece. It's his
tour de force.
Yeah, that one just we recently had like an LA screening of it at a film festival, and the audience was just rolling. It's just outrageous, Definitely not for the faint at heart or the weak. People that don't have a strong taste, because
Right.
it gets a little raunchy, it gets
Okay.
a little crude and a little disrespectful, but that's
Yeah.
all the things we love in a movie.
Most of the things I watch have that involve that in some
Yeah.
way, even
Yeah.
including the cartoons. Um, all right, so we're gonna play. So let's play the trailer for the old ones,
Okay, sure.
and then so give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, there we go. Let's see. HP Lovecraft trailer, yes. Okay.
You got his arm? Pull him up. I don't feel a pulse. Jesus.
My name is Russell Marsh. I was born in 1865.
My name is Dan Gordon. I need an ambulance. We pulled a man out of the river and...
Run, Gideon, run!
So what's an old one anyway?
The great old ones were here ages before mankind.
Would you mind filling me in on what we're doing here and how this will help bring back my dad?
We're gonna go see Nyarlathotep.
Okay, who is Nyarlathotep?
Strange dark one, to whom fellas bowed.
So he's some kind of prophet then?
Sort of. Fate to all the old ones that crossed my path.
Hail the great old one!
I offer you this.
Leftovers?
Oh, sorry.
That one is more of a direct adaptation, and it has a little bit of it's lighthearted humor in it, more so than the other one. And it's the young man that stars in the film with Robert Miano. He it was one of his first major role acting gigs, and he does a really good job in it. But I kind of think of it as more of like a PG-13 kind of film, something you could watch with a teenager, and no one's going to be too offended. I think there is there's like a full frontal nudity of a woman in the film, but ultimately it's a lot of monsters and googly creatures and this kind of thing.
I got you.
Yeah. The other one, lots of nudity. The other one, lots of strange nudity, and but this one is more of a lighthearted science fiction cosmic horror film. Yeah.
That is so great. Like, oh my God. You just have the most amazing job. I just like that. It would just be so much fun to just be creative all the time and just do what you love. And I'm so glad that you have that, in your life.
Thank you.
And you have such an amazing partner to share it with, your husband, it's Steven. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's extremely talented too, and such a nice guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you're batting 1,000, my friend. You're batting 1,000.
I'm just very grateful to have been able to live my entire life as a special effects artist, basically, and continue to do what I love today. And I'm so grateful that people give me the opportunity and delegate authority to me to bring their visions to life. Yeah.
Because you're really good at what you do.
Thank you. I appreciate
it. You know what I mean? extremely creative, especially for somebody who is mostly self-taught. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it has learned along the way, and like what works, what doesn't work, whatever. Like the real color of blood.
It's
Dude,
important.
some
It's important.
movies. I'm just saying. Me and her. Me and Samantha were griping about that the other day. It was a horror movie we watched, and we said,
Saw.
I think it was the sixth one, wasn't it? Or seven?
It was one of the Saw movies, and I was
Yeah.
telling her, I was like, the blood, it has a pinkish hue, and it just doesn't look
It
right.
doesn't look
I was
right.
Like, this blood looks off. You can tell it's fake.
Who the fuck did the special effects on this movie? They should be fired. The movie's already out, but we're Saw. That's our favorite horror movie franchise, is the Saw series. So we really are like, I'm that person. I watch a lot of horror movies, a lot of fantasy, a lot of sci-fi. So everything is special effects.
Yes.
Plus the soundtrack. You didn't even have like any sound effects. Like what?
I'm the first one to harp on that. Anytime anything's off, I'm like, nope.
Oh yeah.
Cut it. Just cut the clip.
You can tell she's my daughter. Attention to detail.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Yeah. It's the color of the blood.
Well, for me, it's just like it just takes away from the impact of the scene when things are just off. So that's where
it takes you out of the illusion. Takes you out of it. You're like, oh, this just doesn't look right.
Like
most people don't realize that. Yeah, most people don't realize. Most people will see something and say, I don't like that because it doesn't look right. But most people won't understand why.
Yeah.
The
technical.
Yeah. And you obviously can understand the ramifications of minor flaw or just a flaw that they can totally throw somebody off. At the end, there's the movie directed by David Lynch. It's called Wild at Heart. Wild at Heart. You remember Wild at Heart? At the end of the movie, Nicolas Cage has a broken nose. And I remember the prosthetic was so bad. It was, the color wasn't right. And it just was so bad. I watched this whole movie and I get to the end and the climax of the movie, he's got a broken nose. I'm like, this took me out of the whole, ruined the whole movie.
Yes.
That's exactly it, is when something is off. It's like the whole movie could have been great, but then that one scene, it's like, all right, now I have problems.
Yeah. It's just like drag queens, drag artistry, anything. If it's a piece of it's like we watch a shitload of RuPaul's Drag Race and also the Boulet Brothers Dragula. Because if you've never seen the Boulet Brothers Dragula, you need to check that one out because it's horror and sci-fi and fantasy more based, and they're like filth and more grimy and more, you know what I mean? Like the other side of, like, this is what I'm saying. It's the other side of drag. But if one thing is off, the judges, they were like, okay, this takes you out of the illusion of the overall thing. You know what I mean?
Should I start with like a current season and then go back to the beginning, or should I start with the first season and go?
Start with the first season and work your way. They have 5 seasons.
Okay.
It's called the Boulet Brothers Dragula.
Okay.
And the two people who they supposedly, like, they're brothers. They're not brothers. They're actually a couple.
Okay.
They're actually a husband and husband or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
So they're actually like partners, which is awesome because they've run this because they do the underground scene.
Uh-huh.
Like the big drag parties and like, but like more the grimy, gritty side of things versus like the polishy, like, I'm a pageant, but but they do more the slime, the filth, the degradation, and some of it is even like it makes you feel uncomfortable in other ways. You're like,
okay,
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's just awesome. And one of our buddies who's on our show recently, Justin Symbol, he has a band called the God Bombs. And in the God Bombs, in their newest video, Ghost of the Machine, it's got the winner. Well, I'm not gonna tell you. But anyway, it's somebody from that world, and her name's Diohuru X, and she's amazing from China. So there's just a lot of like, it's better. They even do an episode where there's like kaiju.
Okay.
They like dress as like the kaiju monsters and shit. Like it's really badass. It's like a different form. It's not the polishy, whatever, but it's like that kind of thing. If you don't do something the right way, it takes you out of the illusion.
All right.
So if you're not like it with anything, it's like with the movies, with any type of stuff, music videos, anything. If you don't do it like the right way, it won't read it the correct way.
Okay. I would definitely have to check it out. Definitely check it out.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I figured you would, you'd be cool with that world. So
Yeah.
I love it. Got to be fierce LGBTQIA. I don't know what else letters there are, but a plus community.
I would say other.
There's so many. I don't know. I just say plus. I say I'm the biggest B I know. Get it? My sister's an L. My nephew's a G. I love it. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you for being supportive. Thank you.
Well, because I'm part of the community, and you got to support everybody. Like we need to get the word out about everything. I don't know. I'm just, I'm one of those people. That's what I'm saying. She's part of the community also, so that's why. Yeah.
Right on.
Yep.
We gotta represent.
Yeah. I always in something that you'll appreciate then. In the Terratoons franchise, I always put female roles in the roles that are normally male, and male roles in the roles that are normally female. It's just straight up. Awesome. I won't even bother whether or not the person is gay or straight in real life. I'll ask like a straight man to play a female role regardless.
That's great.
And then in the very first Terratoons, I just straight up had like this an actual married man, a heterosexual married man, play the husband to another man who was dressed in drag. His name was Shimmy Max, and just played a straight up like female role as a mother, not a drag queen, but just the mother was a man in drag, and the man was an actual heterosexual male. He didn't have a problem with it at all. It's just a straight up couple.
That's good.
It was nothing. And it's probably one of the biggest like tadas of the first film. We also had a girl named Lizzie Borden. That was her stage name. Her name is Janet Romano. She was a very well-known adult film actress, and she plays like a little teenage girl in the film. And then I brought in like all these different, like just very, very oddly cast, but when you watch the film, it's very appropriate. So,
but that's cool.
Yeah.
That's what we should be doing. Yeah. Is playing with those types of things. Those gender. Like gender norms. Like play with the gender norms. Push the boundaries of what could be. Not everything belongs in a fucking box.
Yeah,
like
I always include like a trans or a gender, like a non-binary, or even a drag queen in each one of my films. And I don't I don't introduce them like they're supposed to be. I just give them a regular character. It doesn't. I don't make a big deal. I don't make a big deal out of it. They're just there. It's just
a regular be a big deal.
Role. Yeah. Just
having fun with it.
Yeah.
Do you know how many motherfuckers have done drag over the years that were straight?
Yeah, and not even for like, but not even for like comedic reasons or anything like that. I just put them in the role. Like you're gonna be this, you're gonna be that. It's just it.
I love it.
Yeah.
People are people. I feel like that's all it should be. It should not be about all these other things. It's like we're all human beings.
Right.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, gotta have fun with it. Yes. That's the great part about that world. Is you can be something else. You know what I mean?
I love it.
That's what I'm saying. Acting, it gives you that ability. special effects, all those things, costumes, you know, like just it gives you that ability to step outside of yourself and do something great.
Be yourself.
Yes, just be. You could be somebody else. You
Be
know,
the best
have fun
version
with
of
it.
yourself. Yeah.
Yes, I just say have fucking fun with it.
Be the best you that you can be.
That's right.
I think it's awesome. I just love everything that you do. So I want to thank you so much for being on the show
Yes.
tonight. Oh my God, Joe Castro, this guy, you are phenomenal. I just want to let you know that again. And they need on that movie to hire your husband to be the new editor.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I don't know if that's
Say
going to happen.
hello to him, goddamn.
They just need to go back and have a non-biased person come in, look at it, and take all the footage and put back in as much blood and as much gore as they can
because
from the start.
God,
I don't care what it is or where
Oh.
they go about getting it, but it's the Mutilator 2, and it needs double the blood from the first film because that's exactly. I mean, this is 2024 for God's sake.
Oh yeah,
there are people, there are young people making movies that are putting them up on YouTube that have double the gore that's in Mutilator 2.
Really?
So yeah, they need to put their head on straight and realize what they do.
Yes.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, well, let everybody know. Tell everybody where they can find you, your website, social media, stuff like that.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Listen, if you want to make a movie or you want to talk with me, you can reach me every day on Facebook at facebook.com/Joe.Castro. I do check my messages on Instagram, just not as frequent. And you can reach me at Joe_Castro_director on Instagram. Or you can send me a message through my website where you can see my entire portfolio of all my work throughout the years, which is JoeCastroFX.com. And if you want to see any of the movies that I've directed, you can purchase them at www.terrortoons, that's spelled TOONS, terrortoons.tv. Yeah, go there now and get yourself some movies like uncut, uncensored, with all the blood and gore intact.
Yeah, go on Tubi, watch some of the stuff.
Oh yeah, you can watch Terror Tunes 4 on Tubi. You can watch the old ones right now on Tubi. It's also on Tubi. There's a couple other films I worked on Tubi. I think The Barn 2 is also on Tubi right now. I'm not sure, but there's a lot of films I've worked on that are on Tubi right now. So
exciting stuff. We're gonna be doing a marathon tomorrow, so it's gonna be Joe Castro Day.
So when you come down for another premiere, let me know in advance, and maybe we can have dinner before or something, do something. And if you're in the Lancaster area or you want to come down for Clown Motel 3, I know that he needs. We're gonna need killer clowns on set. You can come and be in the film and have some blood poured on you. Reach out to Joseph Kelly and Dave Bailey for all that information.
Oh yeah, I'll send them their way. Nice. I got a few people who needed to be employed, or do something with their career. All right. All right. We want to thank Joe Castro so much for being on our show today. Very excited to have him on this show because now we have Fear and Fascination, Horror, Sci-Fi, Fantasy Unleashed. And I'm excited. Thank you so much, everybody out there, for watching our broadcast tonight around the world. We appreciate you. And I'm going to be reposting this link with links to all of his social media and his website. So that way you can see that and watch this interview. So have a good night, everybody. Stay
safe. Thank you, Samantha. Thank you, Jennifer. Y'all have a beautiful rest of your Saturday night. Okay, bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.